Hi, how's everyone doing? I'm Chef Paul, and some of you may have been to some of my classes here. Some of you may have been to the Henry Ford demonstration kitchen, the DK. Someone that I've worked with, and I really love working with her, is dietitian Shauna here. Shauna is from the hospital, and we're trying to be socially distant, and one's wearing a mask and I'm not because I should be wearing a hood or something, but anyway, we're all good. We're going to do something really good here. So the last presentation that I did here earlier this year and the last videos that the hospital has sent out, quite a change has happened in me. So I used to wear this chef jacket and it was quite full and it was bursting out in front. And so the one thing that I've found is that going on a plant-based diet, I've actually dropped 35 pounds, 38 pounds since August, and I feel really great. So I want to share with you some stuff because a lot of people say when you go plant-based diet, don't you miss out on all the things? Don't you miss out on the protein? What do you do for your protein and things like that? And so Shauna's going to help me clear up a lot of those things. But we've got a wonderful menu here for tonight. We've got a barbecue wrap, and we're going to use some protein that is not meat, but plant-based. We're going to do a coleslaw. We're going to do a mac and cheese. And we're going to show a beautiful plate, and we'll also show in a wrap. We're also going to show you a phenomenal breakfast. The whole thing that I love about the breakfast is this gets me going for the day. This is the thing that gets me out and moving and gives me enough energy that I need in order to just get through to dinner time. So we're going to talk together with Shauna on some of the items. I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one on TV. She's the medical person, I'm not. But we're going to talk about the benefits of a plant-based diet and how good it is for you and what it can do for you to help shed those pounds. Remember, August 15, I was 218 pounds. Today, October 27th,
28th, yeah.
28th, I'm 180. And I couldn't have done that without this wonderful diet.
And I just want to say, I'm so excited to be here and to take part in this event. And I have to say, you look fantastic. And I love this success story. A plant-based diet it's super trendy and it is super healthy. So I'm really excited to make it happen here. And I know at home you can't have all like the smells. Chef Paul's already been doing a little cooking and it is so beautiful and smells great up here. And I can't wait to be a taster at the end.
So the thing that we want to show you tonight is the first thing is we eat with our eyes. And I want to show you the color of all the vegetables. The other thing that I want to say to you is that on a diet like this, you need to be able to keep yourself accountable and to look at what it is you are eating and what makes up your diet. So for me, what is important is protein, fiber. Fiber is very important. And also take a look at where you're getting your fat source from. You need fat in your diet, but you need to get good fat and you need to make sure that you're doing it. Now, if you have hypertension or you have other issues, then you've got to look at sodium and make sure that you're getting a full dose of nutrient while you're doing that. So let's make it simple and easy. So tonight's barbecue, I'm using product at the front here. This is tofu. And before you roll your eyes and say tofu doesn't taste good, this tastes really great. It's barbecue tofu. You could use seitan, which is another plant-based protein, or you could use, as I'm going to use today, tempeh, which is a grain-based protein that tastes very much like bacon, but when added with barbecue sauce, adds a great flavor to a wrap, okay? So and
that really is one of my number one questions when people say, how do you get your protein in a plant-based diet? And I always say, it's easy. All of these products here, or you can use lentils, beans. There's also protein in all of our beautiful whole vegetables that we have up here. they're still, they're also a protein source and your whole grains.
Yeah.
So you eat a balanced diet and you'll definitely be meeting your protein needs.
So what I did on this one was when I made the menu items, I made it such that you could change the sauce or one or two of the items on there and totally change the configuration of the meal. So tonight we're doing barbecue. So we've got barbecue, mac and cheese, and coleslaw. I mean, how much more barbecue can you get? I want to show you the components really quick. So on this one, we've got red cabbage, we've got carrot sticks, matchstick carrots, and I've got some green onion. The high lycopene with the red cabbage is really important for cancer fighting. For the dressing, I don't want to use a mayonnaise, although you could use a plant-based mayonnaise. I just want to use mustard and honey. And if you're vegan, we call it vegan at this point, because some vegan folks eat honey, some people don't. So we've got mustard, we've got a little bit of honey, some salt and pepper, and the last ingredient that I like to add to give it a little kick and to make it taste really great is fresh juices, fresh lime juice. So don't use that little bottle in your refrigerator. I can't believe it's not lime. Use the real thing and squeeze it. If you have arthritis, it's really good for your hands too, right? And a little bit of salt and pepper. When you make honey mustard dressings like this, you can make just enough for what you need, and it doesn't have all the other ingredients or preservatives that are really not that great for you. They're great for the product because they last a long time in the oven, in the refrigerator, but they're not good for you personally. Yeah. So I don't know about you, Shauna, but my saying is if you can't pronounce the product or the ingredient, you shouldn't be eating it.
Yep. I can agree with that. I can pronounce cabbage and carrots and green onions, and that's what's going in our coleslaw here.
Yep. And
I love that because, of course, those are all your whole foods, high in fiber. And there's also, I know we're kind of focusing on losing those pandemic pounds. This will go right into that effort because it takes a lot of chewing. Part of the reason people start to feel full is you need to, chew and enjoy your foods, and you need to eat slowly. Yep. And so these are all foods that support that. It looks beautiful. So
our coleslaw is done. And again, if you wanted to make this an Asian dressing, you could put in a little soy sauce, or you could add Asian-style ingredients into this to make it an Asian-style dressing. What we did also earlier was we cut up a sweet potato, and this is going to be our sweet potato fries. So these are just cut up in half-inch cubes. I washed the potato. I made sure the potato was clean. I left the skin on. And then I just cut them up into these are called batons, and we're going to pop those in the oven, okay? Now, because of the magic of TV, my other ones are already finished, so we're going to pop these in.
How do I get that in my house? Can I have the magic of TV in my own kitchen?
Well, this is a very special.
There you go.
Very special oven. But now our sweet potatoes are done, and these are going to be a component, both in the wrap. Oh, there we go. Our sweet potatoes are done. I used a little coconut oil just to lubricate, or you could use a silpat if you didn't want to use any oil at all. All right, salt and pepper. If you've got some barbecue seasoning, maybe put a little barbecue seasoning. But we're going to hold that to plate it in just a minute. So the sweet potatoes are easy. If you have an air fryer, you can use it in an air fryer. They really go well in an air fryer. The coleslaw is finished. Now, the protein, all I've done, this has already been cooked and made. All I wanted to do was heat it through with a little bit of barbecue sauce. Now, like most processed foods, the barbecue sauces or the ketchups or all of those things are full of preservatives because they need to stay on the shelf a long time. This is a product that I get out of the refrigerated section at one of the health food places that I'm at. It's called Mother Raw Sweet Heat Barbecue Sauce. And it only has natural ingredients. So date puree, tomato puree, unfiltered apple cider vinegar, maple syrup, salt, onion, garlic, paprika. I can name all of these ingredients, right? And they keep it in the refrigerated section just in case. So I put that in the barbecue sauce that I'm using, and I'm put that into just a fry pan to warm through the product, okay?
Yep.
Our protein's done. Our coleslaw done. Our fries are done. Let's work on the mac and cheese.
Oh, that's going to be a good one.
So the mac and cheese normally is with cheese, obviously, and milk product. But eating plant-based, I'm staying away from any cheese or dairy product. And what I want to do here is, this is a sauce, cheesy sauce that I've made with cashew cream. Cashew cream is really easy to make. You soak some cashews, raw cashews, and you soak them in water overnight or up to 10 hours, drain them off, put some filtered water back in, blend it up in a blender. We have a really great Vitamix over there. And you blend it up. You can add a little salt, pinch of salt. But to make it a cheesy type sauce, I'm using a product over here called Nooch. And Nooch is a yeast, nutritional yeast. You can get it at the store. Bragg's make it. A lot of other places make it. I really like this Glorious Vegan product. It just has a nice flavor and a nice edge to it. And it makes it taste really cheesy. The other thing I put into this is I squeeze in a little fresh lemon. Again, it's not one of those things that you take out of the plastic bottle because it's not real. This is real.
And I love how you're using like the fresh juices and fresh seasonings, because these are all ways to add flavor to your food without always turning to salt. You know, like I said, it's so great that there's a whole, world of seasonings out there that you can use to reduce or to eliminate salt in your diet. And this Nutrilicious is going to be great to try.
Yep. And so I'm just mixing in this noodle is actually from chickpeas. And so for those of you who are out there that are gluten-free and have issues with gluten, you can get some really great noodles now that are made with various components. So this is chickpea. I've had it with quinoa. I've had it with other sorts of pastas, beets, things like
lentils,
that.
Lentils, pasta,
So now this is our beautiful mac and cheese. So our three components are already made now. Can you see that there?
Yeah.
Yeah? That's our beautiful mac and cheese.
It has a great consistency, I can see.
It's really good.
It's really sticking to the noodle, which is nice.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do a deconstructed plate so you can see each and individual parts. And then I'm going to do a wrap. Before I do the wrap, though, I just want to, and I'm not a wrapper, but I just want to show you, this is my favorite go-to. It's a collard leaf from Collard Greens. And this is a beautiful organic collard green. It's got a few holes in it, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. What it does have, though, it has a large rib right down the back side of it. And that's not so palatable when you try to eat them as a wrap, because I'm going to use this as the wrap skin for my dish. So I take a knife and very carefully cut the top part of the rib all the way down the leaf. Once I take that out, I put it into boiling water, the same sort of boiling water that you would use to make pasta, and with salt in it, and for 30 seconds. And then I have a bath of cold water with cider vinegar in it. And when you do that, it comes out a beautiful green. So this is the original. This is how beautiful the green comes out, right? It keeps it green. It's very pliable, very flexible, and it will wrap really, really well for what it is we're trying to do tonight, okay? So let's get plating up, and then we're going to move on. Yeah?
That's good.
So while I'm making this one up, why don't you talk a little more about plant-based product and plant-based diet? Yeah,
absolutely. So like I said, a plant-based diet is certainly growing in popularity, and that is because it does have so many different health benefits. And kind of like you were saying, it's such a creative way to eat. You might initially think, oh, well, that seems like it might be, dull or repetitive, but not at all. There's so many different products and foods that you can include in a plant-based diet. And of course, that's what it's all about, is eating more vegetables. I mean, that is exactly what your doctor is going to be recommending, is eating more vegetables for their fiber content, for every vitamin and mineral you need. And so eating a vegan diet means you're simply incorporating more of those into your diet. And they come with, with very little fat. And like I said, that's where it's at. Oh, are you ready here?
Yep. So in my daily intake in food, since I've been on this diet, I've been able to get more fiber and more protein in a daily basis with less food. And the nutrient level is really, really high. So all I've done on this wrap here is I've placed it down onto my tray. I put a little coleslaw. For my gut health, I always like to add a pickled vegetable. So today I've got little dill pickles, or what I made a little earlier, and I have on the plate, is some kimchi that I made. This is homemade kimchi. It's so simple to make. It's just like making sauerkraut, but it's really great, and it's natural, and it's real.
I have to tell you, I'm a natural girl, but I never thought about making my own kimchi. I think that's pretty amazing.
so sauerkraut, maybe. A lot of people will make sauerkraut.
That's true.
But kimchi is just Korean version of sauerkraut, really. A little hotter, a little spicier. Mm-hmm. So I've taken the mac and cheese. I put a little mac and cheese on here. And now all we're going to do is we'll roll this like we do a burrito. And we just cover like that.
All right. And it's really staying together, which is nice.
Yep. And now there is I'm going to take my plate. There we go. And now we're just going to cut it. Always cut it at a bias. Just like that. There's my beautiful little wrap. If I wanted to, I could put a little coleslaw extra on the side. Mm-hmm. Just like that. And I could take a little extra mac and cheese on the side. Mm-hmm. And of course, you always got to garnish it.
There you go.
All right. So there's what our plated wrap using a collard leaf. You could also use a regular product. Can you see that pretty good? Yeah. You could also use a regular gluten-free wrap, and they're fairly easy to find. What I do find is on some of the products, though, they don't wrap very well. They're a little dry, so you need to steam them just a little to get them a little more pliable. Mm-hmm. Now, the only thing I didn't put in there was my sweet potato fries, and I'm just going to put that up on the side. Mm-hmm. On my plate that's deconstructed, or just apart from this would be like a dinner plate, is I've got my sweet potato fries, I've got my mac and cheese, and now I might take a little bit of both. I've got some tofu here in barbecue sauce. And I've got some beautiful tempeh strips in barbecue sauce. Again, you only want about 3 ounces of meat. You don't need, 15 ounces. You just need about 3 to 4 ounces tops. Yeah, about the size of a deck of cards. All right. Wow. So let me just clean up the plate here.
There we go.
And just do a little decoration on the top.
Yeah.
And here's my hang on. There we go. Here's my deconstructed plate. Look at all that beautiful color, all the nutrition. Now, we've already done the nutritional breakout on a plate like this. So I have my kimchi, I have my coleslaw, I have my mac and cheese, I have my protein, vegetable protein, and I have potato fries. And on a plate like this, you're under 500 calories.
Wow.
But you're up around 25, right between 20 and 25, depending on the combination, grams of fiber, which is 2/3 of your daily intake that you need. Yeah. And also the fat level is very low, but the fat is all vegetable fat. It's not from milk or cream or anything like that. So this is a very balanced meal, I think. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, for my gut health, the kimchi or the pickle works really, really great. Okay.
And what I love is of course, you'll be very satisfied with this meal. It has all the different textures and flavors, and be very filling. I mean, that's plenty of food too.
It is.
So,
it is.
Yeah.
And again, the other thing that someone told me in using coconut oil, we used a little coconut oil on the potatoes. You have to be really careful with coconut oil if you get it on your clothes or you get it, on items, because it's really hard to wash out. So take care of the coconut oil, folks. Yeah.
There you go. Sounds good.
We're going to move over to breakfast.
I was going to say, but yeah, what about my breakfast tomorrow?
But one last thing I want to say to you. I'm on a journey at the moment. I want to get down to about 175 or even lower. And I'm more than halfway there. If you want to follow me, or if you have other questions and you want to check out my new Facebook page, it's Chef Paul Penny's Vegan Journey on Facebook. And come and join me. We've got some people that have joined. I've got dietitians. I have some other vegans. I have people who are struggling just like me. And it's a great place to meet. So Chef Paul Penny's Vegan Journey on Facebook. Let's go to breakfast,
right.
Shauna.
Let's go to breakfast.
So the thing about breakfast is you never really want to miss breakfast. And the thing about this is a powerhouse breakfast, 5 minutes and less and you're quick. Okay. So bowl, always start with greens. Today I'm using baby kale. Okay?
You wouldn't think of breakfast as a traditional meal that would include greens, but it absolutely can.
So all I've got is old-fashioned oats. Please don't use the little packs because that's the floor sweepings. I have a little protein. This is vegan or vegetarian protein, mostly from pea and plant. And we're going to add that. We're going to add some chia seeds. This is about 1.5 tablespoons of chia seeds. And we're going to add some almond milk. Now, if you have the luxury of homemade almond milk, it is to die for. I can attest. It's fantastic. If you don't, just regular unsweetened almond milk will work great. I personally would add my own vanilla because when they add the vanilla, even in this unsweetened, they bump it up on the thing. Yep. This is a coconut yogurt. Again, you can do it with coconut yogurt, or if you have the luxury of having your own made, coconut yogurt is phenomenal. Again, non-dairy. And berries. Here's the berries, the plethora of berries. Strawberries, blackberries.
Beautiful.
Right? Blueberries, antioxidant, just through the roof. All right? And one extra one. And I'll save a couple of blueberries for me.
There you go.
All right? But that's my,
good.
If you feel the need to have sweetener, this is a light blue agave. Again, know where it's coming from, and you can add a little sweetener. But if you let that sit for 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, the chia seed will bloom and be really able to get into your system really quickly and easily. Or if you use ground chia. And the other part is the oats that have not been cooked with the almond milk will swell and feel really great. But that's about less than 400 calories. It's about 350 calories in a bowl just like that. And that will hold you through so that you're not grabbing for the donuts. Can you see all that beautiful? Yeah, I'll put this behind to see if you can get the beautiful colors behind there. Our friends from HAP will be happy to see that one.
The other thing I love is you mentioned using the almond milk and all the non-dairy milks. Again, I get a lot of questions on those. And I've tried, I think, everyone in the store. I love almond milk. I love oat milk as a relatively newcomer. And what I wanted to point out is that all your non-dairy milks are still a source of calcium, the same or if not more than cow's milk. So that's kind of usually people's concerns. Where do I get my protein? Where do I get my calcium? And these, here's your answer right here in all these beautiful foods.
Yep. So to just kind of wrap it up here, we have a choice of many different plant-based proteins. You can do tofu, and again, tofu will take on the flavor of anything that you marinate it in. If you have issues with soy and you can't do the soy, there is a product called POM, I think it's POM Fu or PUM Fu, and it's made out of seed, pumpkin seeds. So it must be PUMFU, PUMFU. And it's made out of pumpkin seeds, and it's a non-soy tofu base. Yeah. Then the seitan and the tempeh, again, you can get it in various flavors and various configurations. And as you change and modify your meal, you can add those. I don't eat a lot of those sort of processed products myself personally, but they make a great change, especially if you're looking for something like barbecue. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's some days where, you can have all the carrots and all the cabbage and everything that you want. We haven't even talked about beans, but you have that desire to want to have something kind of texture-wise that resembles barbecue. And so that's where this one comes in beautifully. Yeah. You've got your fries, you got your mac and cheese, you got your coleslaw. Okay, so this is not pickles, but this is a kimchi, and it's like a pickle. Or I can take some pickles out of the jar here and just add a couple of pickles. I did that already to the wrap. Yeah. So I can add just a couple of pickles to the side on that one.
Well, I don't know about everybody at home, but I'm inspired for sure. I can't wait to try it. And I think we were focusing on the pandemic pounds and how to lose those. And I think these are a lot of great ideas. Again, I would say watch out for sugar drinks. That's, something everyone should be cutting back or eliminating in their diet. And just choose from whole foods. And I guess the main thing, be good to yourself. If you have a day where you didn't eat the way you wanted, start over tomorrow.
That's right.
This is a time we all need to focus on being good to each other and good to ourselves.
So the other part from a reflection from myself. So over the years that I have, my weight has been bouncing up and down, just like a wave. And if I counted all the number of pounds that I've lost over the time and then let them come back on, it's just astounding me. This is a diet with the variants that you have and all the different wonderful vegetables and things that you can make that you can stay on, you can change, you can modify. You won't get bored because most people who go off a diet get bored with it. This has been a great diet. And again, I feel so much healthier from being on it. Whether it's the pandemic pounds or whether it's the winter pounds, everyone waits till November 1st to start your diet. Don't wait till November 1st. There's nothing special about a day. Start now and really dig into the beautiful plant-based world out there. There are so many plants and so many things that we can try. We hope that you will try them and be inspired by some of these beautiful meals we've put together today.
Chef Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you. Shauna. Thank you, you guys. That was amazing. Chef Paul, thank you very much for sharing your journey with us and your story. And congratulations on what you've been able to do. And thank you for making that meal for us. That was so cool. We really, really appreciate it. I'm on my own journey. I'm fighting to get the pounds off too.
A good fight.
You are an inspiration to all of us. And Shauna, thank you very much for your kind words and your thoughts and the presentation tonight. And I love that, Chef Paul, I love that breakfast you put together. I'm thinking I need,
and it takes 5 minutes to do.
Hey, Chef, I have a question.
Certainly.
Maybe you'll come to my house and cook some meals for me.
That's the first one.
To my house too.
Yeah, you're the first one that's asked me today.
Yeah, but I'm the best one that asked you today.
There's no doubt about that.
Well, thank you very much.
That was great.
We got to run along, but thank you so much. Great job. And I just want to salute the crew too. They did a great job getting us live. We were just looking at the fact that we could be live at Henry Ford, a couple of miles away. And this is with our community television apparatus. The technology is amazing. And a huge thanks to Amy Strauss and everybody at Henry Ford Hospital, Henry Ford West. Yeah, Kelsey too.
Kelsey Bray. Kelsey Bray.
Yeah, everybody.
Absolutely.
So a big thank you to all you guys. So long. Stick around for the concert. You too. We're gonna have some good music coming up in a little bit.
They have the food to go with the concert.
I have your table.
All right.